Hey guys, Languagehacker here. Today I want to show you Naga Demon Hunter. This is a very aggressive deck that's popped up in the past few days that has kind of risen as an answer to Druid, and it is also very good against a lot of the other aggressive decks in the meta. So without much ado, let's hop into the deck. Here it is. So I got this list off of HS Replay, but I had a friend, Pimbet, who climbed to top 50 Legend with it, and I faced the deck a few times myself in High Legend and realized that, or I thought, rather, I shouldn't say I realized. I thought that the deck looked kind of meh. But I tried it out myself. I don't like talking smack about decks without trying them and seeing how they feel. And honestly, it felt pretty good. Most of the Druids I played against just died very rapidly. And a lot of the other decks that I faced also died very rapidly. So that seems pretty good, right? Let's go through the deck, talk about what it does. There's a lot of one-mana minions here, including some new ones from this expansion. Vicious Slither Spear. We have some Trogs, which are good against quest decks in general, and Druid, because if they cast spells, then, you know, already mine is mine. Yeah, that happens. Battle Fiends as well, pretty good. This deck operates a lot with you attacking with your hero. And because of that, having Battle Fiend is nice. Having Dread Prison Glaive is nice. Damage from hand, Fury, Multi-Strike is one of the strongest cards I've ever seen in the deck, and particularly against Druid. I'm going to highlight that because I know people hate Druid. Not everyone, but people, there's a lot of Druid and it's annoying. It's good against aggro decks because you can kill multiple minions at once, clean up 2 minions for 1 card, while protecting your minions that can hit your opponent in the head. And specifically against Druid, you can gain a bunch of attack with Chaos Strikes, Furies, Multi-Strike, hit a taunt that they summon, and then also use all that attack damage to hit face. So it's a double dips in the damage there, which is really good. And because of that, you'll see often, if you see other people playing this deck, you'll see them kind of holding this damage in hand and not just playing it when they have mana to play it, but they play it on a critical turn when they need to double dip in the damage, i.e. hit a big taunt, which is what Druid does on turn 7. They play Miracle Growth, right? And that summons a taunt. There's a couple of 2-mana plays here as well. Wayward Sage I wasn't sure about, but honestly it felt pretty good in the deck. It's a nice 0-mana 2/2 kind of. When your entire deck is very, very cheap, it does actually operate as a 0-mana 2/2 because it discounts 2 cards that you then also dump on that turn or the next turn. This isn't always a 0-mana 2/2 because sometimes you discount cards that don't get played for a while in other decks, but in this deck, very nice. It is also a Naga that helps discount Predation. New card, burn, can go face, cool. Lady Sathan I'm not sure about in the deck. It's won me a couple of games where I have the coin, a bunch of burn spells, and I didn't draw my minions. And then I ended up going Lady Sathano, a bunch of coin, Chaos Strike, 0-mana Predation because it goes to 0 mana after you play the Sathano. And I managed to clean up board and win off of that a few times. So it's been okay in the deck. If you don't have Dust for her, you could put in like a second Amalgam of the Deep. I haven't talked about this too much, or you could put in a second Beaming Sidekick. Amalgam of the Deep felt fine as a follow-up play to either Trog on 1 or Battlefield on 1 or Slither Spear on 1. There's not that many 2-mana minions in the deck, and if you don't have a weapon or something to swing at with a Multi-Strike or Chaos Strike on turn 2, sometimes you don't want to just Chaos Strike nothing. It's better to develop minions generally. Amalgam seems fine. It's also a way to proc Predation because it does count as a Naga, and it can give you a little bit of gas. I think I'll include in some of the games I'm showing you after this explanation, times where Amalgam of the Deep actually just got me enough value in aggro mirrors to win the game. This can get you School Teacher, can get you Wayward Sages, which further discount, you know, your hand and lets you play more cards. It can get you Lady Sathano if you don't have it yourself. What other Nagas are there? Queen Ashara technically could work as well if you have some spells saved up, but flexible enough in terms of discovering Nagas. In terms of discovering demons, the demon pool is much, much wider, and I wouldn't recommend going out of your way to discover demons, but there are some demons you can consider as well. Card draw, cheap minion that can tutor, it basically dredges a bit of damage, helps you fight for board, and you can go through and find it yourself. Inquisitor's still in, so it can also help you find like a little bit of extra damage for late game if you need to. Most of the time, my opponents have been dead on turn 6, sometimes even 5, so I don't think you really need to go for that, but it's a consideration. It's an out you have to play towards. A bit of card draw on the deck, Chaos Strike, damage, card draw, Spectral Sight seems very, very good in this kind of deck. You don't just jam it on 2, or like if you top deck this on turn 2, you don't want to do that. You want to play for tempo, and then when you run out of cards, then you start casting the spells after you've pushed all the minion damage early on. Pufferfist has been very, very good in this deck. With Dread Prison Glaive on 1, you can get Pufferfist down on 3, start swinging, cleans up aggro matchups very nicely. It can help against Druid if they scale to clear your previous board. Puffer Fist, clean up the remaining scales, and keep pushing. This goes face too. It's face damage. Drekthar, with a deck that has so many cheap minions, it seems fine to run Drekthar. Sometimes you get, you know, like a sidekick and a Battle Fiend, and it's kind of small. But honestly, even if you get like a sidekick and a Battle Fiend, that's what? That's 6-10 worth of stats for 4 mana. Pretty good, honestly. And it takes up bad draws from your deck, which is not really relevant, but to some extent relevant. Boneglaive, nice little Pyroblast to close out the game. Some people have recommended running 2 of these. I've been running 1 so far, and it's been fine. Try the deck out yourself and decide for yourself if you want an extra Pyroblast or not. 5 mana, deal 10. That's why I'm calling it a Pyroblast. And Dredge, which means that when you're closing up the game with this 10 damage, you can also put a nice little burn card on the top of your deck just for a little bit of extra oomph in case you need that. Kurtrus makes sense a lot as well as a finisher. Sometimes your early boards don't quite get there, and then Kurtrus can come in, clean up a final taunt, upgrade your hero power to, you know, whittle down your opponent's remaining health. I think that's the whole deck that I've talked about now. Yeah. Mulligans. 1-drops. Good. Dread Prison Glaive. Good. If you keep Glaive, you can also consider keeping Puffer Fist and Vanguard. I've been keeping Vanguard in some matchups. Sometimes on the coin as well, it's okay as well. But ultimately, having 1-drops is very, very good. If you have something like a Glaive into Vanguard, it becomes a lot better too. But play a little bit, see what mulligans kind of work for you. Generally, you do want the aggressive minions, but sometimes you can keep slightly slower stuff. Like in aggro matchups, for example, Puffer Fist normally wouldn't be a keep because it's one of the most expensive minions in your deck. But in an aggro mirror like this, Puffer Fist is very, very good at cleaning up boards. And because of that, you can consider keeping that to make sure that even if you don't overwhelm your opponent in the first couple turns, if they start doing that to you, you can easily swing the board back with Puffer Fist. I don't think I would keep Boneglaive or Kurtrus in almost any matchup because it's way too expensive. The deck thrives on trying to get as much early damage in as possible from minions and then cleaning it up with from hand damage. Here's a few games for you to check out that I thought were interesting. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to be posting videos for as long as as long as I enjoy Hearthstone, which is going to be a long time. Another warrior, but we're on the coin this time. Lady Sitheno. Lady Sitheno on coin can be kind of interesting. Up against Pirate Warrior too. But you know what's better? Earlier minions. Lady Sitheno with coin means I want to fall behind. I don't want to fall behind with this deck against Pirate Warrior. I feel like it's better to be ahead and then push from there. 3 keep. Uh-oh. We do have the Glaive into the Puffer Fist though. Could be pretty good. Hey, look at us. I did okay. I finished top 4, I think. So I could Slither Spear, but I think this into Puffer Fist is better. For 2 reasons. This, if they play a 3 health minion, I can Chaos Strike and kill it. And if they play a 2 health minion, I can coin Puffer Fist, and suddenly I'm Omega ahead on board. Oh, Spectrocite! Nope, I'm not going to get baited. The Puffer Fist comes down. Pew, 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 pew. Cleans up board. How do they deal with this? They don't. Well, the answer is they can have a 2 mana pirate plus a 1 mana deal 5 spell. But we don't worry about that because that never happens. And then when it doesn't happen, we just win off the back of this Puffer Fist. You've been liking Fel Barrage? Interesting. Interesting. Uh-oh. No! Disaster, they had it. That's okay. They had to play this without value, and that's something that I'm okay with. So I could Predation here, and then Spectrocite. I don't think I will, though. This also draws cards. And I'd rather save Predation for another turn. This is a clean removal on that. It means Spectral Sight won't be used for a little bit, but I don't need Spectral Sight right now. I just need to fight for board, use resources efficiently, and this was efficient resource usage. Because this Chaos Strike deals damage to a minion, but it also deals damage face because the Glaive. Puffer Fist, that will draw them the weapon, but weapon swinging at the Slither Spear will not kill it. And now I could consider predationing that. I don't have any way else to spend mana, so I will start with Spectral Sight here. Ooh, Multi-Strike's kind of good here. So Multi-Strike means I can weave in hero power. First of all, it buffs that too. I kill this, honorably killing it, dealing damage face, And then my second swing here deals a crap ton of damage. And suddenly they're at 16. It's unlikely they play 3 pirates this turn, so this could connect. Cannoneer brings them back in this. It lets them clean this up pretty nicely. Cargo Guard. Okay, that's fine. We can do Glaive Fury to kill that, maybe. We'll see. This is probably the last turn the Slither Spear survives, so I might... Oh, they are... Do they have the other 1 mana thing? They moused over a card. It looks like they wanted to play it. This might be the last turn I get damage out of the Slither Spear, so I kind of want to use the Predation this turn. And I have mana to spend on everything except for Spectral Sight, so let's do that. So we get this online. Dread Prison Glaive. I don't get to Hero Power, though. I think that's fine. So we go Fury here. I don't Hero Power because then I don't get the honorable kill on this. So now I have a decision to make. I can Predation this, or I can Predation Face. They're low enough that I think I'm going to kill them with Kurtrus, and I don't need board anymore. So because of that, I'm going to Predation Face and maximize the damage from the Slither Spear, because this will be dead next turn, and it won't gain the extra attack damage from using a spell. And then we Hero Power after. Cool. So now they have their swing turn, because they will complete the second part of the quest line. We will deal with their swing turn by then also having our swing turn, and then we'll probably be able to just whittle them down with a couple of extra burn cards. And that's even assuming our board doesn't connect. If our board connects, great. All right, where did these go? Boop, boop. Not bad. Second spell as well. Oh, no, it's not a spell. It's a Fog Booter. Okay. Yep, best play here is Kurtrus. I could swing face first, and honestly... No, I don't swing face first. I swing face... I don't swing face. One of these will kill the South Sea Captain. These will now be reduced. This can't go face, so I trade anyways. And then I can do this. This pushes 1 face, but it also kills a minion, so it's very worth here. I can't do that first because I need the captain to die. Now they have to deal with the 6-1, which they really don't want to do. They can deal with it a couple of ways, though. If they have another spell... Now, it's worth noting that if they deal with this, they won't be able to play Ricard this turn, and then they probably lose the game. Never mind. We actually don't get through Nelly quite yet. Latest Atheno is lethal, though. Actually, they have to consider, do they want to face tank the Fellbat Shrieker here? Tanking the Shrieker means that I can't connect face without getting through the taunt. But it leaves them at 1, which is kind of scary. Alternatively, if they go face, I can Hero Power, trade Hero Power, and then I get there with 2 damage. But if they kill it, I need much more than 2 damage because I need some way to deal with the taunt before going face. So it's actually a very interesting decision point from them. I think it might actually be correct for them to hit the Fellbat Shrieker, so I can't get through the taunt. Multi-strike? That's almost lethal. If I find 1 damage off of this, that's lethal. I did not find lethal. So what do I do? Oh, this is lethal, actually. Watch this. Nope, I lied. It's not lethal. If I hit Lady Satheno multi-strike, Lady Satheno will be on face. I don't want to pre-hit that because I'm a little low on health. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Trog. I don't think they can kill me with Smite. We just chill. I do not want to give them the option to play this ship, because if that ship dies, they can get a Smite from the ship. So we play a bunch of stuff that does not let it die, and then next turn we'll punch through it with the minions and hit them in the head with our face, and then we win. Yes, Pufferfist also would have been lethal, but we did not get either of those. Smite keeps them alive? No, Smite no longer keeps them alive. Because this is now damage to 5, we can go multi-strike hero power, and that lets us punch through Nelly's pirate ship and apply for face damage. And none of that... Yeah, it actually does matter. Oh, and the honorable kill. Oh, I forgot about that. Perfect. Excellent. There you go. Enjoy that game. There you go. Bioengineer signed off. Can none bring me down because I'm happy. Let's try this. This could be interesting. That's what you wanna do. Like a room with... Pass on this turn, then Vanguard into the Wild Growth. We're playing on Asia, Dave. Can none bring me down. It's the kept card. That's not bad, actually. Discounted Boneglaive. We're not going to talk about that. It's fine. We missed 1 damage. No one saw that. You messed up your direct threat before the reduction. Yeah, you have to be careful there, because when direct threat goes to 3 mana, it's no longer the cheapest card in your deck. Or the cheapest minion, rather. You saw? -1. I mean, I'm going to lose this game by 1, and you guys are going to laugh at me. Ah, streamer missed 1 damage. Ah, hoo, hoo. Your first Q with this deck against a control warrior. See, you're not supposed to do that, Penguin. That was your first mistake. Well, my opponent didn't nourish, which means my win rate went up substantially. I barely have board space left, which is probably fine. Ooh. Oh, this doesn't actually accomplish anything, because if they had nourish, they would have played it already. No! Trade! I need board space. Do I just ship this now? Beg you to stay. Let's save all these spells in case we hit the lady. Oh, hey, look, lady. Don't turn around. But Languagehacker, you're board locked. Yes, but I can predation my own minion here to play the Lady Setheno and get extra spells out. Also, my opponent's probably going to go for a Miracle Growth here. Dun, 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 dun. I guess they could go for Scales. The song is called Don't Turn Around. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me double check. This is indeed lethal. Very nice. Cool. Boop. This was a lot of damage. Holy crap. Are there standard packs you can get? Shaman? Multi-strike seems good against Shaman. They run Maelstrom. Maybe it's better just to find a 1-drop. Let's go for 1s. If you attack minion, then use you can't attack face. I don't know. I assumed that I could. It looks like that might not be the case. Standard packs might be useful, but I don't know what the going rate for standard packs is versus just normal packs. I don't know if it's different or not. But anything after United and Stormwind. So United and Stormwind, Forge and the Barons. Voyage to the Sunken City. And there's one more expansion that I don't know. Those are the 4 expansions currently in. What are my thoughts on the sustainability of underwater basket weaving? What are you talking about? I have no idea. It does not sound sustainable. Hey, Persona, how you doing? That's a fucking disaster. So let's try this again. Huh. Interesting. But I already said Barons. United Stormwind, Barons. Voyage to the Second City. Can't remember the other one. I might as well get this on the board. Alterac, thank you. Fracture and Alterac Valley. Oh, I see Pimbet. You can't go minion then face. That logically... I mean, I can technically understand the coding for that, but... I haven't decided if that makes sense or not in my head. Quest will be in standard for 1 more year, not 2 more years. Well, we're winning currently. Let's see if that changes. Yeah, I understand why it's coded like that. Or like, I understand that it is coded like that. I don't know if that makes sense to me though. Is that a good top deck for them guys? Wow, that anchored totem does more than I thought. +2/+1 is actually pretty thick. Pretty thick. Yeah, healing totem was not crispy for me here. Interesting. That was a decent draw. School teacher keeps us in the game. Man, the Pepe Jam Jams coming up on screen. So funny. Dun, dun. I'm assuming this only deals 3. Well, we have kept the board tiny. This was a really interesting aggro mirror. I don't know what I'm saying was. The game's not over. That's probably Bloodlust. That's the only card that's not playable here. So am I using this Atheno for tempo? Yeah. We'll use free for removal. I don't think they can really remove. They could go like Schooling and then go a couple of 1/1s and Bloodlust, but then I'm probably winning from there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. Oh, did they hit double Bloodlust? That's unfortunate. Cast the game as a spectator. I don't think I have people on my friends list in Asia, Trump. They hit Schooling, but it might be too late now. Please spectate the Smoke Sniper. All right, Smoke Sniper, what server you on? Americas? All right, we'll do cast. Oh, you don't even need Bloodlust. I forgot it. Huh. 2, 3, 4 plus 7? Seems like it's lethal to me. Well, that was fortunate. This was an interesting game. Cool. All right, let's switch back to Americas for a short moment so we can spectate a friend and have a fun little cast.